All right, folks. Thanks for tuning back in. Eric Morehouse here with the Morehouse Group, of course, and your next Agent 101 topic. And it is understand the sacrifice. Let me unpack this. I'm going to do my best to keep it short and sweet, so stick with me. Understand the sacrifice. Here we go. If you go to a real estate conference, we'll say a Buffini conference, and Buffini will be on stage riling up the audience, and he'll say to all these agents, new and old, and he'll say, you want to make $1 million? You want to close 200 transactions? And the crowd goes, yeah. But here's the thing, folks. If you are a new agent and you're watching this, you need to understand that if you want to make $1 million in this industry, you are going to work all of the time. And if that's okay for you and you are committed and you want to work all the time because you want to make $1 million, then make that the goal. But most people don't want to put in the work to get what they really want out of this job. Now, there are ways to build a business and then shift yourself out of a hands-on management role. But if you are brokering a team of agents, that's still full-time. That is day and night full-on work. I don't even have to touch into what EXP does for passive income. We can get into that in a later date. But what new agents need to do is realize that they may be happier with a work-life balance of saying, my goal is to make $150,000. That's a good income. And it's going to take a lot of work to get that too. And you have to understand to put your goal into real life and figure out where you want to shoot for and what kind of sacrifice that would require. I'm going to quickly tell a story about the sacrifice that I made when I first got started and show you about how you can really not get much juice with a serious squeeze of an orange, right? So when I got started, I thought that there would be a really good opportunity for me to build the business with mailers. I thought it's kind of something that people don't really do as often, especially not younger agents. So that's what my angle is going to be. I'm going to do mailers. And I thought, okay, how can I do this as cheaply and efficiently as possible? Because when you're a new agent, you don't have much money. And so I thought, what I'm going to do is I'm going to design these myself. I'm going to print them in-house. And I'm going to fold these little things up, put them in my own little envelopes, and I'm going to deliver them in the newspaper slot of mailboxes. And so I did the math. I think including ink, it costs about 2.6 cents for each one of these. Versus if you're going to be mailing them, it would have been 2.6 cents plus a 50-cent stamp, which really jacks up the price. So I thought, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a ton of mailers, and I was very systematic. I would select my neighborhood. I would print off the map. I would highlight all the streets that I was going to do. I would do 100, 150, or 200 of these at a time, and I would deliver them through the neighborhood. Now, I have two young daughters, so the opportunity that I had to deliver these most of the time was at night. So after bedtime at about 8 p.m. until about 10 p.m., I would be in these neighborhoods at night. And most of this took place at the winter. So I'm trying to frame this for you. Nighttime, winter, and I'm cruising around on a scooter. And this is not a motorized scooter. This is not a cool scooter. This is my daughter's Razor scooter in the dark with a jacket on and my courier bag and all of my stuff, just going through the neighborhoods. This is how I'm going to build the business. This is how I'm going to get ahead of my competitions. I'm going to outwork my competition by getting my name out there. Going to cover a lot of ground. So how did I do? Well, I'll tell you, I delivered 24,000 mailers. 24,000 mailers over a few months. It took me a lot of time, a lot of folding, a lot of licking. It was a real bear, to do something like that and to cover that ground. I've made mistakes. I made mistakes because what I should have done, number one, I should have researched how to do a mailer well and the successes and failures of mailers, because what I thought I could do is just cover 24,000 homes and hit my numbers that way. But the real success behind hitting mailers, and again, I can do a video about this separately, is that you hit one single neighborhood every single month for a year, something like that. But I didn't do that. I covered 24,000 different homes. I think I did a little bit of overlap when I did different mailers. But my results were, I got 2 leads. Do the math on that. 24,000 mailers, 2 leads. I actually got them to sign with me and I closed them. It was 2 $400,000 homes. Before taxes and commission, you're talking $24,000 commission. So about $1 every single time I put one of those in the mailbox in the middle of the night. That's not good pay for a solid agent. It's something. I'm sure most agents out there who have nothing would be happy to get two $400,000 homes. And side note, we sold them in about 2 days each. But that was a lesson learned. That was a sacrifice that I had to make, and certainly something that I had to, track, calibrate, and adjust towards, so that when I do my mailers moving forward, it's not in that way. And hopefully, you have the money coming in that you eventually can automate this stuff and have it go out actually in the mail and not take up your time. But that was something that I wanted to share with you to understand. You may look at me or some other agent and say, wow, look at that. They've got 2 listings, $400,000. Nice. They are, really doing well. But, if you didn't know the story about me in that situation of having to be out in the middle of the night on a Razor scooter delivering 24,000 flyers to get those 2 leads, you may say, the heck with that. The heck with this industry at all. But set your goals within reasonable expectation and know that if you want to make $1 million, your work-life balance is shot. There's nobody in this industry making tons of money who isn't working all of the time, unless they have some other passive income. We'll talk about that later, coming in. And just to be totally clear, there are agents out there who are making far less than that, who are also working all the time, who have not streamlined their business, who have not brought on buyers agents and other people to facilitate the whole system of the business that they have going on. So figure out realistically what you want to do, and talk to some people and understand the sacrifice that's required to get there, and be committed to make that sacrifice, because it's not just going to happen overnight, and it's not going to happen easily. If you want to make a living in real estate, you can do very well for yourself, but you got to put in the time and energy. Just do it in the right places, all right? Any questions about real estate, or if you have any other topics you'd like me to cover, put them in the comments below, and thank you for tuning in.